was at a Champions event. It was over in Los Angeles. Early fight for alexiiik, a man that we'll be talking a lot about as this series goes on. We don't get to see why here, but the rest of the squad is there to clean up. Hiro and Shao with the double each. And that's going to leave westside player, I think, #1 in headshot percentage. A lot of that you can put down to the sheriff rounds that are terrifying when it's in his hands. But he's coming into this with a ghost and 4 tangos to drop. This is a tough play for anyone.
Yeah, already paranoia was still available.
But westside is just checking it periodically. He's going to get the info, but it's so costly. Great shot delivered on the other side. On 10 HP now, he cannot defend that position. And it's Ruxic to run through, an easy fight. 1 shot to the body regardless of what weapon he goes for. The Outlaw might make this a little more difficult. Never mind, he gets his first and another followed up on with the Ghost. Navi, they're making this really good. And it's all on Ruxic. A 3K that has left Ara all by himself after Shao picked up the attempted trade. What a lights out start from this attack side.
I feel like he was not in a favorable position for almost every single one of those fights, but somehow has managed to make it look good. And my hero should be it.
It's difficult though playing up against someone like Ruxic. Remember, Navi have had a lot of closer games, a lot of tough matchups, and this man has delivered almost every step of the way.
Already on a fast flank as well. Bear in mind there isn't a sentinel available, and with flick timing.
If he's still where he pushed up, well, he would have been seen by a Prowler 5. The weapons don't even matter quite as much anymore. Cloud even picks up an Outlaw. The tag off that, deadly, and if it's followed up by another, that's exactly what it's going to do. Hiro down in the ground at 2 versus 4 and a full flood attempt. They can't stop the plant, but they can catch the players out. Thrifty, 4 Vandals taken out of this situation as well. And it is very much just Navi in those 2 fights pushing. A little bit isolated in those fights, giving the opportunities to GX.
Going to get back into the buy rounds. Early utility being expended. The start, though, is solid once again. This aggressive fight has not worked out for the side of GX after a huge win off the pistols. But, well, I was going to say Cloud at least gives them a little bit of hope. The remaining 2 players going through the TP. That is all the information that Navi could ever need. Even the paranoia sent through, but Cloud again has managed to find another. He's trying to drag his team through this round, but look at the HP.
This guy's been such a menace. It's the 2nd time we've seen him have this kind of impact from this area of the map. Late lurking on the KO. And he's finding value. 3 kills is 3 a very quick bind. The GX look to make a stop to it here. They've got ults to work with. They've not got much to work with anymore. That is an immediate shutdown. This looks like an eco. It's a full buy round, Tom. And Navi have just cut through the ace. Look at that timeline. You could look back at some of those rounds and go, okay, whatever.
Again, 2 players ready and waiting. Westside, well, you mentioned the headshot percentage. Yeah, I don't even think he connected there. Nightfall already utilized. alexiiik's trying to sneak his way around the back, and both players have been revealed. They know exactly where they are. It's Ara, though, that strikes first.
Yeah, Showstopper gets Hiro. Ara quickly coming through the teleporter to help out on this side. He's going to keep control over Bathroom. But now knowing that there's 3 players here, they might decide to go back. But that is not Angel style. He presses forward, finds westside, and thins the herd that little bit more. By now, 30 seconds, a decision needs to be made. They're either going to root these players from position, fight deep into this site, go teleporter, and plant on the other, and the decision's already made. They're committing. It's the wrong call from what we can see, but maybe they hope some players have left, or to bait them out into a fight while the plant's going down. It's exactly what they've done. Angel be the better one.
Bring them down.
7, what Navi are fighting for, but again, it's this TP from Ara. The wall that they've got gives them that little bit of extra space. Flash out of it to try and retreat, but Flickless will be caught on the cross. 1-to-1 trades, but it's the op that makes the difference. They know the spike is here, but they don't know that Hiro has already crossed in. That information coming with a heavy cost as Cloud now meets his maker, and Westside 1 and 7 looks to double up his kills. He'll get at least 1, but more is needed. He at least needs to survive as this plant's going down. The rotates coming in late from Grubinho.
Ruxic on the operator. Wants to put himself into a more passive angle. Grubinho will be able to clear out a lot of mid, get them information. There's only a couple of spots that are left, and Shao's utility could be pivotal here. He's still got himself the C's available. The Haunt maybe needed to come back online. They're actually going to be denied positioning. Locked out of the site right now and just waiting on the timing to try and get back in, but that plant has only just started to be defused. They're a little bit late to the party, and back through Ruxic goes. He needs to get in there soon, and he's going to take it anyway.
Ara looks to make the difference, holding down on B long. The Prowler coming, but he has not evaded it. Gets him just at the last second. In goes the Nightfall. The players backed out towards Elbow can reclaim that space, and the deep push on A has got a lot of information for GX, but they're rotating quickly. This is a danger. Cloud's about to have a fight on his hands, and he won't win it against Hiro. Now they know about that deep aggression as well. You have to look to Angel. He has to be cautious if he's re-clearing this, and if not, you want them to group up and push together. He's definitely worried about someone having pushed up, but Shao, he has no worries at all. It's a cleanup towards this site, leaving one in the back, Grubinho alone. He's got a nice angle on alexiiik, but still loses the fight.
That ended up looking like another opportunity, but the firefights have been going Navi's way all the way through. Angel, he's just going to fall back.
Right call?
Yeah. Normally you'd see him take those battles, but I think in a playoffs match of pretty important proportions for him and the organization, and westside even just retrieving the orb to get him the showstopper immediately used to take space. There's only one defender here. It's westside. Okay, he's gone unchecked and he's done well. Even hits the dink, leaving Ruxic a little lower. Shao trying to defend from the Shao's position being retaken, but it's grubinho to come out on top. alexiiik aggressive, but the boombot hasn't connected onto him at all. It's gone past him, and now he's even going to take further space, but Cloud is aware. Keeps their advantage in their favor.
No extra space for Ruxic. And in comes the Cosmic Divide. Now problems start to brew. Knife goes deep. Don't think it caught them. They can... Well, they could flash through. They don't have any left on Flickless. Ruxic's walked in. Had to confirm they weren't defusing. It comes at a heavy cost indeed. Now Angel, he's going to go for the knife on diffuser. Fails it, and, well, they've got a few brandished back towards... I thought it would be longer. The last time that he top fragged.
Hello.
Stage 2. Okay, Ruxic.
Lost grubinho already. That's all. Young duelist of Angel. Going to be stood in their way. Already under pressure. Plenty coming his way, and westside has managed to deal with him. Hiro also on this side. Seems like they have an expectation of where he is. The spams are very good. Doesn't even realize that he's almost taken out Cloud in the same spray, and now with 20 seconds left, his teammates are starting to arrive. The spam this time will go amiss. That means the GX have managed to get the plant down, but here is the counter.
Throughout these last few weeks, as I said, I've been very impressed by the entire roster.
Read from Navi here is good. They've got 3 players on the right side of the map, already timing things on the cross. They are not getting past Shao. He has been on a tear, and if you get past
duel between Angel and Shao to see who can top frag by the time it's done. Maybe to see who can find the most anti-eco kills, but for Shao, that's not what these were.
Pulling out of it, that knife every single time, finding the push.
Oh, Hiro.
That's 2 rounds in a row. The last to spam through the box, this time just straight spam through the smoke. It doesn't help that Ara's also incredibly low on HP. Even if he gets a showstopper, he won't be able to use it. That timing's not the best, though. And Shao's actually also desperately low.
Yeah, that might just be a way back through. Angel's over aggression, coming back to bite them like that Prowler was. Cloud straight onto Shao. The low HP spam, easy as can be. Snakebite might buy a bit of time, might force an unusual plant position, but they're going to fight into lamps, and now GX, you talked about the light at the end of the tunnel with lamps secured. It looks like they may well have at least another round on the board. It's Ruxic and Hiro, though. 2 players you can't underestimate in these clutches.
Just one.
It's left down to Ruxic. As I said, a stat leader in this league for
all
of the important stats. They're lined up, sure, but that means there's 3 weapons lined up on him.
There shouldn't be any way. The last 3 in relatively clean fashion. They are going to be able to get a purchase onto the board. Nightfall will be online for either side, and both teams have a close showstopper, so a lot of parallels.
Guys, listen to me right now. Let's take as many as we can. Let's get them tired a little bit, even if we don't win this map, okay?
A little over-aggressive. We've already seen it. Their attack side of this map versus Fnatic was sublime. Their defense left a lot to be desired. alexiiik almost with an opener and actually able to retreat, but it's a bit of a bait. Trying to pull them into position. The nade even helping defend, trying to bait the TP, but Ara has managed at least to bring one back. It's not the greatest of starts. It's at least something.
I think that's just priorities for
back
Ruxic.
for more?
He put a smoke up. It stopped alexiiik from being able to trade, but it would have allowed him to TP safely out. I believe he would have still had Shroud and Step to play into. Angel's got a fight. Showstopper active and shut down immediately. Hell, if you want to fight your way back in, GX, you're starting to convince me this is looking better round by round, but it's Angel they have to get past. He's holding on to control the lamps. He's not over peaking. It's a rarity. Jot it down. And a plant can now come through, but with Ara down, Flickless wants to fight, and that is to claim that accolade, but there's always another map.
How's he alive?
He somehow avoided being sent to the afterlife. He's alive inside that poison orb, but not for long.
Yeah, Cloud, again, he was one of the players that still looked like he was up there. And now, well, retake should be almost impossible. Like, you don't have any utility to get you back in with. Don't have the paranoia. Everything's already been utilized, so finding anything here will be off the back of more so mistakes from GX. This is such a powerful crossfire to have when there's no paranoia to put through on the other side. Grubinho already will kick things off on the cross, and these remaining two, they should just get shut down relatively.
Shao should fly under the radar when they eventually come to push in, but he's now crossing, starting to doubt whether players are actually coming in this direction. Whether this is a full C-long play, but he gets back. Not into the corner, though. Sticks around for the info. It ends up costing him his life. Nice angle taken by Hiro, but only good for the one. Alexiiik there to trade him out at least, and a 3v3 ensues with rifles in their hands and 40 seconds. No real fallback for GX now. They're too deep into the site. They'll lose at least one more with westside down. This is looking done. Still the trap to be concerned about. Breaking that will let them know there's one behind, and often you're going to see that team on short, on long turnaround, but they're already too deep. They've taken site control, but with Angel going down, that's a key piece of map control taken out of the hands of Navi.
Yeah, normally the goal from your scan is to try and maybe put a dart in that will get you a pick, and then you play the retake with an advantage. Instead, they've lost that early fight and now had to try and take it with a disadvantage. Oh, that disadvantage doesn't last for long. Hiro with a quick double. There was a 1-2 punch on short, but he manages to win it. alexiiik has got very far into the site, and the fight back is not going. Angel already under pressure. The TP to the back of the site as well. They are really looking to try and just do this as quickly as possible. Great start from Ara as well. That'll be the ultimate online. And well, after losing their initial foothold, again, it has to just be a fallback and try and play the retake.
This time, there'll be nobody coming from behind. The trap still up with westside alive is key. It's allowing all 5 of these players to be focused forward. Even then, Cloud is checking behind just in case. Shao could always shrouded step across to make a cheeky play, but no. This will be a one-pronged attack. Back into the site for Navi, and in the smokes, a pre-fire comes out. That's devastating. They knew that they were gearing up on the other side. GX strike early. West side, we've talked about! Navi look for that control over A. Push down on C, take space elsewhere. This could quickly be discounted by the fact that GX are going to give them the info. We've taken B, we've planted, and now the post plant in mid. Nobody left on site. For Navi, fighting their way back through here, and luckily they're quick. This is what I was going to say. They have to be quick because all that real estate is given up for free. They're going to have a lot of utility coming their way. There'll be flashes, there'll be big swings with lots of numbers behind them, and a narrow alleyway on that defuse to deny, but they're losing the fight. Shao's still alive, he can pop a smoke. And they've got a little bit more space to start this defuse, to put the pressure on. That's exactly what they do. It's tapped already. These players need to swing wide to confirm it's not being defused, and that battle is exactly what Navi are looking for. It's more than half, and the AWP rings out, but no! The shot's not landed! It's gonna come desperately close!
Make them move towards the other side. The problem is, they're going into B instead.
Yeah, that might be part of the plan, though. Angel's got his Hunter's Fury. I think he's gonna pop it. There it is, but it's all a bait. It's all a ruse. They went in, tapped it, expecting a reaction. That site given up too easily, considering a round was lost on it not being defended before. And now the push into Garage, but I think they're still going to go B with this. The option open, if they find picks on the C site, walking through Garage, nothing to be found, but in goes the spike. Great time to strike, and they've got this embed for the late round. Westside can have so much value from here if Navi get too focused on retaking this B site.
The only problem, well, this fight's going to be everything to start, and while they're losing everything along the way, patient stuff from alexiiik. Hasn't had to move too much in this round, and this time there is no clutch to be had. They failed in their B site takes. They're going to attempt to try something over on the other side. So much utility already thrown through, but Angel's the one to open. Ruxic, however, goes down, and so does the rest of this defense. Angel, the last man standing again, hoping to try and hold on. He's doing a decent job, but he runs out of bullets, I think, leaving Hiro with a couple of low players to find. waiting on the edge of the smoke. The sun will force him back. Now they can hold the angle. They can have the advantage versus him. Waiting on the swing, and while the swing's not even... But it's patient once again for the side of GX.
All push comes to shove. It's the C side under threat. Reveal back sight. That shows them a lot, but Ruxic able to find one. Able to find three, in fact! The Spectre up against the full buy. That's not a fight I'd favor you in, even for the first. And the first was at least caught off guard. I don't know what he did to find those other two, but...
Good gun.
Oh, let's not go that far, but good player. That is for certain. There's no way this round is won by Westside. He just wants to find some space too.
Give me the... Okay, so he's here, he's stunned. They know he's in this corner, and somehow he's just jiggle-peeking with that Spectre. This makes no sense what he's able to achieve. But that's why I think everybody who's been watching the EMEA... there it is! Oh, he just walked out! Okay, that is an overstep if ever I've seen one. And then Angel's lost the battle on the other side of the map. This is after a GX pause, but I don't think GX have really had to do anything. I don't know if Happy just said troll, but that seems what has happened in this round. And we now sit in a 2 versus 5, where Navi came in with a massive...
I think Navi put them on for that one. I mean, that was just a devilish play to go pushing against the knee.
Oh, okay. Dear Lord. Any from stage 2 at least. Shao might go unchecked. He has.
He definitely has. I had plenty of time to cast an eye, but I'm not sure it would have made much of a difference. The trade there anyways. GX, that's a trade out of space. It's big rotations coming in from Navi as well as they float to fill the gaps now left on long. I love this. This is all a fake from GX, and it is working wonders. There are 3 players now, not on the verge of the A site, not outside it. They have fully crossed the border. They're in there. This map is wide open now for the taking.
Careful.
alexiiik's caught one though, and another goes to Hiro. Now this has gone from a very good position with all the control in the world to a battle they're not likely to win. Cloud alone, everyone running it.
Scrape the rounds together. Aggressive from grubinho. Surely has to check the angle. Doesn't check the angle, and it's Ruxic on the other side. Honestly, it couldn't be anyone worse. He's just waiting patiently on the lurk, and, well, they've already got a disadvantage in this second pistol.
Spike planted.
It's a ranked play, but it's worked out. Ara been so good thus far on this map. Cloud's found one. This is winnable. Ara needs to hold his ground. They're all pushing him down, and Ara's the wrong man to take a fight up against today.
With the weaker weaponry, it's no surprise that GX are looking to try and take a little bit of a gamble. A lot of space already taken, but nobody found. It's a lot of battles needed for alexiiik, but he does win the majority. Even the trade onto Cloud as well. And an additional orb being taken. They're even going to split, in eventually ending over on that A side of the map. Now, both players left are sat with Outlaws. It may not be a round that they could necessarily win, but it's definitely one where they can make it costly.
Element of
surprise
okay,
maybe they can win now.
Thought would swing that fight, but now it's looking very dangerous. Ara's got one from top, old pop, but Ruxic's there to greet him. Smoke in hand, destroyed. They know Westside's towards the garage, but backside's under Navi's control. Shao battling for it with a lot of success. The reveal there, beautiful from Angel, and it leaves nowhere to hide for GIANTX. Now they're in a 3v5, fighting back in to that C site. The drone here, that's 2 players spotted. So much information to play with for that attacking side.
Wonder now, is it a quick one from Navi? And that was
actually taking them so long that there's a 3-man rotate.
They're diving in. We'll see if they can create the same sort of disruption off the back of alexiiik. You see why these entries can be so difficult. He's left completely blind. And the count.
They had 1 player on the A side. Oh no, Ruxic, he's looking the wrong way, but he still gets one. Does well to do that as well.
Going back to A, though. It seems like the initial ground that Navi wanted will be given to them, but with a 4 versus 3 retake, it's definitely not going to be easy. Full defensive positioning already here. May even try for some spam. You can see it's an alternate position, and the jump through from Ara. How is he surviving?
Player swing would be a mistake. They sent 3. And it's this. It's the rotate that came through. Look, you see the paranoia fired in. Then Flickless pops a flash.
Perfect flash.
By this point, Nobody can do anything. alexiiik was fast enough to get ahead of the paranoia, but unfortunately, no one else was. And then the pop flash from Breach caught him.
They've taken themselves a pause. Trying to switch things up. alexiiik again running into the blender, and they have sent through the Hunter's Fury. That same sort of supportive util being utilized by him. While grubinho is the one under pressure. Holds on for the moment, but Flickless, he was just a little too late. Unable to join his teammate, but will join him in the grave.
Well, we talked about Ara. Now's his time to show up yet again. Quite a big task.
It's a tough one.
There's even the option to go for the save at this stage. Drone committed. See if they can get something on the back of it, but time is ticking. Those players can be embedded deep on long. They've spammed down Ara. So yeah, now probably we're at the save portion of the round, and that's exactly what Cloud's going to attempt. He's got players hot in his heels, but I think he'll at least be able to make it into like a heaven. If he goes a long, he can't be caught. Looking relatively secure to save that over. I was looking at the stats there as well for Ara, and the only thing that pulls him down is actually the Neon. And I think back to his debuts here, somewhere there was a lot of comfort to be found, and he's definitely found his stride now. Cloud, there's the challenge!
Okay.
Check. Catching that in third person, always appreciate you, and Ara, here we go. He might have been shut down in the previous, but that's because they shot him through a smoke. When he can see you, it's a different fight, at least here on Haven. He's drawing the eyes as grubinho sneaks up behind.
Maybe hoping that the opponents will peek into him, but again, the economy of GX is not exactly thriving. They're not going to want to give too much where the rest of the players were. Obviously, there has been that stun put through already. Oh, this could be big. Two players connected onto, and they are just getting
all-out aggression. By the time that Hunter's Fury is being popped, you already have Ara in their spawn. And he is certainly making use of that position.
Rifles. This time the drone is only going to give the information of one. grubinho is being spammed onto, but looks to go further. Aggressive again in a sneaky corner, but it is only trades. That's not bad from Navi. An upgrade onto the weaponry, but Shao is, well, on his last legs.
Again, already we've seen Flickless retake this position, so on backside you've got one of Cloud, but oh, hold on, the surprise isn't actually there! It's Cloud that is the surprise with a 3-piece! The patience of GX is going to reward them with 3 players towards the site that's being hit.
grubinho in the smoke. They're looking to go around the world, put the pressure instead onto Ara. He did it very well in their prior pistols, but will be eliminated. Flickless tries to save the day, but he's been punished. grubinho does well. Allows for the rotation. They're just trying to quickly move their way back into the site. Westside has already managed another. That time is ticking, and Cloud's done well. They need to get that planted. Shao, last man standing, and there really isn't a safe space to try and get this in. The swing from...
Problem is the space that they've lost. Look at this from Ara. Deep in mid, flash goes over. He doesn't see anyone though. This could work out perfectly for Hiro. He's got more to contend with though. More than he bargained for, that's for sure. But the rest of Navi...
In towards B main. Low on HP, just hoping for one, and he'll find it. That gives the time for the rotation of Flickless. Only a pistol in hand, looking for a timing instead. Is he going to risk it through the smoke? He is, and he wins it! An uncharacteristic miss from Ruxic. That now leaves alexiiik alone. You mentioned him as a highlight. He needs to deliver.
Oh, that flash is brutal. They know where he is, and there's no hard to retake. But he knows somebody just closed the door. He heard the drop of the second player going onto site and makes the read. They're isolated. Now's my chance. It was just a split second, but Navi, it's not the first time we've seen them be ahead of the play. This time, they will very easily deal with that push coming out of Ara. ERX certainly not working to start with, and maybe not to finish either. Shao somehow gotten out of this with 3.
Yeah, we've seen a lot of teams now start to adapt to play that early anti-flash. grubinho has run back out through the smoke, though. What was looking like a pretty dire position, with Shao managing to be successful, has ended a very good spot. That TP has been stuck. This means that the flank is going to be ready and waiting. It's going to be the run through. Shao, that's huge. And now looking to try and play for the ace. He's had a brilliant round, but he's spammed out by Groovy! It's going to take down both! Anything you could do, he could do! Ara's reposition. Bear in mind, some of the players on the other side are yet to get a kill, but Shao will remove him from action. They've been rewarded for their patience. But it's the second they've looked to execute that Navi have been shaky. There's Ruxic's first kill. Normally a safe pair of hands. He goes for more. No, he's just going to wait in the smoke and catches Flickless as well.
Yeah, but Grubinho is the third pusher. The aggressor coming behind him, but they've heard it. They've heard the drop. Being watched by Hiro and easily dealt with. Westside, we talked you up. The headshot percentage leading the...
What did you say? Something about headshot?
Short, deeply held as well. These guys in main only have one thing to look at.
This is the delay we talked about. Knife gets rid of the utility. Fragment holds them back. Smoke already falling. A mass rotation in from GX already. And Navi now have 30 seconds left to try and make their run back to the other side. You can see Grubinho trying to watch them on the cross. That cage has left a pretty big gap for him to play around, but he hasn't been able to find them. He's now going to TP into the back of the site. 15 seconds for Navi to make this move. Westside is there as well. They are ready and waiting for this push to come in. And Groovy again is the man they have to get past. The time surely is already gone, and Grubinho just isn't falling. The rest will just have to survive as Shao has no hope. Like this. A bit of a pace change off the back of the null command.
Good amount of space taken. All those trips gone. Let's see what Westside can do with just the rifle in his hands. Cloud certainly good to hold the cross, but they can get Angel right back into the game, and they will do with Hiro finding the double. That will not be trades. Instead, it will be a 5v3 reset with GX having to fight their way back through, and the op in the hands of Shao already reducing the numbers of the defenders.
This round has to be a done deal if Navi are going to have any chance of turning this around, but Ara has already managed to make things interesting.
No charges left.
That smoke will begin to fade around main, but Ara's caught another defaulty rounds. Have not been working out for the Cloud though. Maybe an itchy trigger finger is going to use the ult back on the other side of B. They are starting to piece things together on the GX side.
All depends on the position of Ara. Pressure's now put on, and he is smoked out.
30 seconds
This time,
left.
Westside will have his util to play around, but it's being destroyed. That only buys them time. 25 seconds on the clock. Navi need to push in. They need to claim space now. 20 on the clock. It's time to move, and there it is. Westside down. That's their trigger. The retake already attempted, but Shao was waiting by. They only need a clear Cloud from the back of the side, but that proves to be a difficult task. 8 seconds. Shao's on a sliver of health, and they have got no time.
Too much. A lower bracket awaits them. Wow, that's another easy fight for Ara, as alexiiik is gone.
Yeah, we had the questions about Ara and alexiiik, but I'll tell you what, one player
Spike down mid.
certainly delivering in the moments when they need is Ara. For Navi, it looks like not many have shown up. It's been a great series for Shao so far, though. Even looking at that previous round. But an uphill battle if they want to make anything of this one. Even after that pick from Shao, it's still a 2v4. And look at the position of Flickless. He's just managed to thread the needle deep onto short. A flash sends Shao backwards. Now mid is there for GX. Sure, Flickless the one that can be isolated. The other three, though. Actually, Westside, you're a little far out there. Oh, no, they're going one by one.
Have other ideas.
They definitely do. Updraft will save him from the first pulse. The Hunter's Fury not finding its mark, and it won't in the end. Ara still breathing on full HP, full shield. Late mid play, but it's expected. You already saw the paranoia through from Grubinho to slow this down even more, but 1:15 on the clock, plenty of time as Navi already claims side control. It's alexiiik with a double in the corner. Ara grabs one, but getting out of here will be a challenge, and they'll be dropped eventually. The advantage here for Navi, it looks like 9-3 should be in the books.
alexiiik did everything. Those two openers were basically just him running through with no one hit by any utility and managing to get Tooth. Might have just given them a third round, but we've already seen, especially with the likes of Grubinho still standing, that there's always an opportunity. They're definitely knowledge of some of their positions, but being caught by the knife at the time starting to tick away. Grubinho still has so much to do. One already coming up, and it's that late flank, another being dropped. Shao at the back of the site needs to stay standing, and a man who's yet to get a kill has got to try and deny them. The fragment should be onto that spike, and it should deny Grubinho. There's just not enough time. It's coming.
Well, round 13, your second pistol here. It's been 3 for 3 in the last ones. Last map in this for GX. 5 players spotted. Well, they're certainly not flying under the radar, but they're also not fleeing. Oh, that's very
awkward. It's got the same as the last half.
That's very awkward indeed.
Ruxic definitely doesn't seem to be lacking any confidence. He also now has the same as the last half. It is looking like a potential turning point. Ara's definitely had his moments in the pistol, and you can see that with the amount of control that's already there for Navi, they are locking in any players that look to try and rotate hiro. This is an unorthodox position that definitely won't be expected by Grubinho. If there was ever over on their attack side. Ready, opportunity, but a weaker weapon and not capitalizing. Ruxic, this Spectre, has not been a weak weapon. Oh, it's not the prettiest, but even still, a trade is not the worst. That Marshall needs to get something here. Even if it's just tags, bring some of those players lower. They're not quite hitting, and well, Angel's found one, but that rifle dropping to the deck is not ideal, and there's no way that alexiiik's going to be able to correct to hit that shot. An advantage found, a 10th looking likely, and a tough retake for Hero and Shao.
They've got to go for this 2v3. The odds aren't stacked that heavily against them. No deep clear of short. Obviously pretty happy that all 3 are towards the site, and as the door breaks, they have to be worried about, hey man, that's always a possibility for someone to be there this late into the game, and with Cloud finding hiro now, maybe you'd think about a save in a lot of these rounds. Shao's going for it, but it's must for Navi, and nice, it's alexiiik to open up. West side down.
Being held by alexiiik. Give them that post bomb. Early flash. There goes the Hunter's Fury. They have been caught by their own util, but as said, this is the space that they wanted. The main idea is to get them into position and allow them to fight in that afterplant. They have, however, taken a lot of damage on that cross.
30 seconds
Flickless is lucky to make that cross. He was jumping across the smoke and jumping. Grubinho! Oh, he's just made it out of that nade. 9 HP. Ooh. A spam from Angel almost catches him. Flickless onto Shao. Numbers thinning as the attackers come up in most fights. Grubinho's still in heaven, and he will be dropped, leaving it all onto Ara, but this man has performed in so many of the big rounds for GX, and this a chance to put them on the home stretch, to decimate Navi, and he's got the first!
Haven't got the rest of them. I like this. Oh, a pause called, and you just want to pick up the pace. End this quickly, move as a unit. You're up against a weaker purchase, but a purchase of sorts. And this round already looks done. Within the first 20 seconds, you've given
Spike planted.
your opponents something to think about. They've had the talk, they've been sat there with their coach trying to figure out what to do, and then you've just blitzed them.
Updraft battle, I like it. Yeah, for Navi, obviously they've got the Blade Storm here. Ruxic's got a Bulldog to play around, but this was very much a save money for the next, which is a brave call when you're staring down the barrel of a 12-5, 7 consecutive rounds when the most they've had is, what, 2? Blade Storm fired at the shots through the smoke. They found it. Okay, this is now looking winnable. I don't know why I'm having to pay attention. I thought it would be just a few picks, but now the Diffuse already tapped, draws them into the open. Ruxic drops Ara. Diffuse needs to be stuck though. He just has to drop the Diffuser, and that's exactly what.
Their lifeline is fading. And well, in this round at least, they do have themselves the better of the buys. I love the bait. Ara just willing to sell himself for that additional trade. And once again, they have this A-site post-plant with an advantage.
Oh, that's disgusting too. Ara threading the needle. He'll be shut down eventually, but the work has been done. And it should be enough. They know where Shao is already. Now they know alexiiik's position. They've seen the op too. There'll be no easy kills granted. Over to the rifle, alexiiik dash online. He needs this opener for them to have a chance, and he gets it. Even gets out cleanly. Repositions for the fight on Flickless. It's beautiful from alexiiik, but much more is asked of him. He has to hold the line as the Diffuse is underway. This could go from bad to worse. Thrown out. Shao's going to be revealed, but he's safe behind the wall. The problem is he's not safe from Ara, who's going to jump through the trap to take that pick. Eats the stun. Hiro under pressure now. but he's got backup.
They're going the other way, they're going the other way.
They've ran into the op. They've taken alexiiik down. It's the Blade Storm again to draw blood. Now the A site's open for business. Oh,
he's dead,
Ruxic
he's dead,
is a
he's dead.
risky play, and it will not pay off. Ara's found a third with the Blade Storm, and this one is done.